Hopefully this is working. Oh man, it's been a while. Hello, hello. I'm getting things kind of settled. Making sure everything's working. Been wanting to play the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition for a long time. As you can see, I'm double maintenance over here. Okay, so everything seems to be working. Well, if you don't know this game, and if my nose seems a little bit stuffy, I apologize. In the middle of trying to do a sinus rinse before, doing the stream stuff again, I forgot to put like the sinus solution, and I was just shooting up water in my nose. Ugh, gave myself such a headache. But well, my name's UVCW. I haven't streamed in a while, just trying to get settled at a new job, deal with panic attacks, mental health stuff. I'm still trying my best, and streaming always. I don't know. I get very nervous getting ready for a stream, but it's pretty fun. And uh, man, I'm trying to keep things going. If you see me look on my phone, I'm looking at chat because I do not have a laptop at the moment or a second screen or monitor. But Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, very funny game. It's like fourth wall breakage, a lot of the time. And I've been wanting to play it for a while, and I figured uh, after a long day, might as well have some fun. All right, so I'm hopeful everything works. Fingers crossed. Imagine it doesn't work.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
The vibe.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was...
Yo, hey man. I'm looking at you
and then one
at the
day,
chat on
something very
my phone.
happened.
Oh man.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Good.
Something he would never
Hey, thanks for coming in. It's my first stream in
He had been
Jesus.
at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting.
Let me know if the audio's doing okay.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked,
Oh, actually the stream elements worked.
Stanley
Jesus.
found himself unable to
so
move
out of
for
it.
the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got
Remember,
up
I
from
am
his
Stanley
desk
in this
and
game.
stepped out of his office.
Now the unrealistic thing here. Oh shit, they really upgraded everything. The unrealistic thing here is that you get up from your office job. That's that doesn't happen. Oh, I keep getting notifications. Ugh. Alright, everything's working. Oh, let me in. Man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
How to zoom in. Oh. I'm not sure if I was supposed to turn that off, but let's keep going. Alright. Sorry, office worker. God damn, they really upgraded this game. The first Stanley Parable was like 10 years ago. Oh man. Oop. I didn't even look for what that was. Is there another computer? Oh. Ooh. Is that solitaire? Alright, can I go?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Alright, narrator, I get it. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to do that. I'll do what I want, narrator. Alright? I do what I want, and if I want to touch this fucking door, what is that? Oh, that looks infinite. Oh, okay. The fuck is that? Oh. Ooh, coffee. Damn it. I hate Mondays. True that, brother. No, it's a Tuesday.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, I'll do the left, the first option. Yeah, that's mostly, at least at the start, it's presented as like, oh, you're following the narrator's story, what he's telling you.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Weekly
boss's
targets,
office,
marketing
hoping he
Mondays.
might find an answer there.
Termination Tuesdays, lit. Shit, that's mergers, ideas and development, bosses inspection, financial panic me. We're broke Wednesday. See, this is the thing I'm talking. Oh shit, there's a whiteboard manager. Yo, can I? R.I.P. Franz. Okay. All right. Oh, I scared the shit out of me. We need reviews of the deaf sport portion, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water heaters. Find teenagers, put in teenage demographic, big net, some sort of child trap. Or this is a business. This is a business. What do people want? Things, money. By the James York. Oh shit, happiness. Man, that ain't real. Money and graphs. We have our new product. Like yourself, more inclined toward conflict. Around that, it takes 2 people to start a fight. Right now, you're both of them. Okay. Synergize, core value. Oh, no. Thank you, man. Dude, I'm an old man. Ooh, shit, broom closet. Yo, time to stay.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. Let me vibe in the broom closet, bro.
There was nothing here.
Bro.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Bro, I'm here. Leave me alone. That's a good broom closet. Let me sweep. How did you expect me to look like?
Stanley was still just
Bro,
sitting
shut
in the broom
narrate.
closet. He
Voice in
wasn't
my
even
head,
doing
please.
anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yo, they added that line. God damn it. Yeah, so,
Are you really
oh
still in
my
the
god,
broom closet?
scared the fuck out of me, narrator.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Bro, I'm vibing, bro. Let me chill. I'm just doing my thing.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story.
You would look more like Bill Burr. Damn. I mean,
I never would have thought to mention
I can kind of see it. That would be pretty cool. I love Bill Burr. Yeah, so
maybe to you this is somehow
bro,
its
shut.
own
Bro,
let
me explore
maybe
the broom
when
closet.
You talk about this with your friend,
Yes,
say,
I'm on Twitch right now in the broom closet.
Broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do you guys find it concerning? Should I leave the broom closet?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh my
that
god.
or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs.
Yo, Pog. Oh god. Can't believe it. You know, you've been on the internet too long when you say Pog like that. Ugh.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Yes.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right.
Ah, second player. It's good to have
The
you
second
on board.
player.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too. Unbelievable.
I love
I'm at the
trolling
mercy
the
of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, he's not gonna say it. Alright, well, let's keep going.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. Fine, narrator. I'll keep trolling you later. Alright. What is this? The bathroom? Ooh, bathroom. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Ooh, extreme bathrooms. Kinda lit. Oh, well. This fucking game. This game just makes me laugh. Wonder what else they've added to this. Oh, no computer. Oh, book. Can't really, like, zoom in. Nope. Here? Nope. Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright. Yeah, I forgot to copy this link. Oh, I've missed this game.
Descending deeper into the
This fucking
building,
narrator.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Sorry, narrator, I'm doing something. Give me a moment. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, you tell me, narrator. The computer's here. Oh,
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
fire.
nature revealed.
Fuck do
Each
I
bore the number
wanna zoom
of an
in?
employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright. Well, it happens. I'm just Stanley.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Tell me. You literally tell me. That's what I need to know.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I guess, yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright. Narrator? You there? Oh.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Turn off the air.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Yeah, look guys, we already beat the game.
From someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
I mean,
but as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
but listen, we're free.
None of this
That's the main thing. Freedom.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
God, this narrator kind of full of himself.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to
looks like I'm stepping out into like Fallout 3.
No longer would anyone
like
tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Oh, nice guy.
That was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, all right. I mean, not a bad ending, but ooh, look, I got beat the game and got my first achievement. Yo, perfect. Lit. But there's multiple endings to this. So we're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Computers are turned off.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Turn off the computers in a certain way. You should get something. Oh, input receipt. Oh, okay, I guess that kind of worked. I gotta do it multiple times. Time to keep trolling the narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
God, of these rooms.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all,
a soda.
just to spend a few moments here in this
Narrator,
immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ah, the beauty. Ooh, coffee. Coffee. Oh, man.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
Uh-huh.
here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really
Yep.
worth it.
Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful, bro. This fucking narrator. I
At
mean,
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
yeah. Do you got anything more to say? Fucking narrator. Oh my
But at
god.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nope. No, sir. I'm good.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There might be a delay. I'm just noticing on the phone. Oh man, this fucking game.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Ooh,
I'm
I
not
think I
your
forgot to
enemy,
press
really,
something.
I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Yeah.
Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yeah, bro.
Are you
It's
that
my
convinced
story.
that I want something bad to happen to you? What?
Yeah.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, I'll do it.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
We're
Running
kinda...
and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Okay.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think...
Why do you say
well, I
stop
think I
like
have a
that,
solution.
narrator? You kind of creep me
Yeah.
out.
Let me show you.
Kind of creep me out, dude. Oh god.
What do we want?
This
What are
is...
we looking for?
This is new, I feel. Oh.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
No, okay. It's quite beautiful. But it's time to head out. Let's go back.
No, wait. Where are you going?
I'm just messing. Ooh, colors. Ooh, yo.
Right. Where were we?
Man. Yo, nature is beautiful. And the stars. Oh, man. Well, time to go. Sorry, narrator. Gotta go.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay
Oh
here.
my God,
Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, no! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Yeah, of course, buddy. Of course.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
I mean, I guess we could stay here forever, but I want to jump off the stairs. Let's go. Or I need to turn off the AC in the living room.
Stanley,
I'm freezing.
go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
I'm sorry, narrator. I'm hungry. I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh god. Yeah. Mouse sensitivity. Jesus.
No. No, no. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
It's alright, buddy. Don't worry. Just gotta shove off.
Stanley,
No.
let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Now, when you put it like
Am I
that,
reading the situation
you
correctly?
well, sorry, narrator. Oh my
Or
God.
maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Alright, don't worry, narrator. We'll have fun. It'll be okay. Achievement unlocked, you can't jump.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Man, the narrator has a way of, you know, making you feel it. Alright, we back. Back. Can I click anything? Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the next computer? Okay, slowly getting there. Nope. Anything else? Ooh, new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. I don't know, narrator. Guess we'll find out. Oh, man. Oh shit, brand new stuff. Looks like Portal.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay, yeah.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yes.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yeah, well, we're playing right now. Yes, yes.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh,
Okay.
well, this sounds delightful.
Even the
I'm
narrator.
very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Piece of
Okay,
bullshit.
so far it's an elevator.
Piece of bullshit,
Nothing
bro.
special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's
God
going
damn it.
on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready.
Same here,
Let's do
narrator.
it.
Same here.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them...
God, you're British, bro.
Okay.
Ooh,
Let's
content.
see the content.
Let's
Give
go
me
to
the
the content.
content, Stanley.
Yes, 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 sir. Now, what in the fuck is that?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yo, content. Fucking lit content. If you're just joining me, I just made it to the new content of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, where we're in the jump circle. Let's see what happens when we make it. I have not seen any spoilers for this version of the game, so I don't know what's going on. I just love it. It's so funny. Oh. That's 36 jumps. Nice. Okay. That's it? Okay, let's go.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
But we get to
It's
jump?
just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content
Ooh,
right
nice.
there.
20
Hell,
hours.
I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Wow.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base
I got
rush
to
a
jump,
cheap
though.
expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm
feel you
offended.
there.
And I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally
Do
accountable.
that, man. Do it.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
Ooh,
It
a
could
chair.
never have lived up to such expectations.
We got a chair, though.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Sounds
what do
good,
you
my man.
say, friend?
Okay. I don't like you calling me friend, buddy. Wait, what in the something's different? I'm scared. What in the fuck happened? What is this? Where's my Stanley Parable? Oh, nice. There's my office.
Psst. Stanley,
Uh,
come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
oh god, I don't like the sound of it, brother. But let's. Oh, all right. You gonna kill me or do some weird shit? Well, let's see. Goddamn narrator. Man, they really added a bunch of new stuff to this. Okay, it's loaded. Oh.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where
Aw,
the game's
that's nice of you,
developers
narrator.
won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is, Skyrim? Where are we? Alright, well, I mean, it's pretty cool, dude. Oh shit, we got a printer. Nice.
I
What?
call it the memory zone.
Wow.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
It was momentous, I can't lie. Oh man, my nose is still killing me. Ooh,
You
2013.
see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, don't forget. The greatest wealth is memory. Yeah, so you're right, buddy. Our first kiss, my first card, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. I mean, it truthfully is. I mean, first kiss and your first card. Man, fuck that. Stanley Parable 2013. Ooh, nice. Buy it on Steam. Can I buy it? No. Fuck. That's us. I can't. I wish I could like zoom in. I can barely. I need to figure out how to do that. A trip down memory lane. Just remember. Ooh, our first dollar. Nice, nice. Smile because it happened. The Stanley Parable Alpha Test. Oh, that's me up there. Stanley. Oh, the demo. Can we play the demo? Yes. Demonstration. Unachievable. Isn't possible to get this achievement. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Yeah, that's one of the achievements of the original. I think there's a new one where it's like, don't play this for 10 years. which I intend to do soon. Ooh, British Academy Award Game Innovation. Nice, nice. There's a great like GDC talk about this game, about humor and writing in video games. And this, man, I think this is unparalleled. It's really fun. A new video game released today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scan. Oh, yo, I actually went to Rutgers for a while. Jesus, uneven effort to enroll poor. October 17, 2013. I feel like you bullshitting me, game, a little bit, but I'll go with it. Oh, that's me dead. Deals tough choices. Yep, that's true. There's nothing here. Okay. Ooh, nice. Nice hit.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes,
Are you gonna read the review?
Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game
I did hear that, narrator.
That's
Thank you.
how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona
He's not wrong.
3.
He's
It
not
was
wrong.
all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour
Rest
of
in
new
peace.
elevator content.
But hey, I could jump though, 36 times. That was cool. What is memories of maintenance? All right. Well, more. That's Portal, bro. I remember. And nostalgic, the tasteful nostalgic. It was good. Yeah, there there were secret endings and everything. Oh, that's me again. Oh, I went down here already. You're playing the Stanley Parable. Person of the Year. Oh, is that how? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's how they designed the game. That's pretty cool. The original remake. Okay, that's me again. For Scott K. Oh, the doors. Again. Boxes. Clocks. The top 10 memories from the Stanley Parable. I mean, preparing snake oil salesman redrop. Oh. Alright, buddy. I mean, this is never the end. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Literally anything. I mean...
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is
let's do
both
it,
a
man.
richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice
I'm
in
down.
games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising,
I'm sorry,
and
this
rewarding
man is
choices
reading this
I've
fucking review
ever
to me.
been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Oh, source
It didn't
SDK.
need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Video game analog for Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze, brilliant film adaptation. I mean, yeah, richly stimulating commentary, that's true. Two great directors. Oh, do we... The serious room. Can I can't fucking get to the serious room. Okay.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
That's Left 4 Dead? What is
Oh,
it?
no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even
Well,
imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
they really went this way. God. Oh, nice.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh,
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
where are we going? Let's go over here then. They really put these fucking Steam reviews in the game. Unbelievable. Well, that's awesome, actually. Let's see what's going on here. Can't open that. Oh, another one.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Don't feel like that,
Like I let
narrator.
these
Come
people
on now.
down.
I
Perhaps
got
the
you, buddy.
Stanley Parable isn't
I'll get
quite
us
as
through it.
sterling as I always remembered.
Don't say that. I don't believe that. No, what's... Oh, God, another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright, buddy. I believe you. Ooh. That's...
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's...
Oh,
Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of...
Alright, let's keep going.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But
Yeah,
that's
but
the power of the button.
it's a good
The minute
button.
I start to go off on a thoughtless display of
Come on,
self-absorption,
narrator.
it's right at your
You got a
fingertips
game
to
to
go
make.
poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Damn.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone.
It's gone?
Completely gone.
Oh, fuck.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. Oh, Stanley.
Oh,
You're
shit.
back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with.
Alright, dude,
And you
you
think
kinda...
that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at
Narrator,
all.
you're kind
It
of
isn't even close.
creeping me
Because
out a little.
I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know.
Alright, let's keep going. I might have pressed the button one too many.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
God.
I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track
After a
Have
year?
you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time.
I'm
Stanley.
sorry, narrator.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have
God,
ever
Jesus,
experienced my
narrator.
entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known.
Yes, narrator,
It was
you
a
transcended.
space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have
Brother,
scribbled
you
over
want me
for
to
so
press the
long.
fucking button
There
again,
could
dude? You be
be
talking
no
a lot.
one ending, no singular outcome
Oh,
of
I can't even.
events, not if
Fuck.
all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines.
You're in the multiverse of
and that each of
madness?
them was simply a strand
I
in
know
the
you're going on
web
the
of my being.
philosophical route, but
It was
damn, dude.
incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid, as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live.
Sorry. I think I might have went too far, guys. Not beeping. Well, this game creeping me out now.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain us." It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs
man's
down
still on these
review and make
reviews.
all of their pitiful demands. But then, "He's talking too much," they said. "First, he didn't entertain us. Now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency. It's the lack of accountability.
Tell
It's
him,
the
tell him, bro.
unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world, as though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one."
Alright, let's. It's like I'm in a fucking horror game now. This poor narrator. Let's do it again.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the.
I really broke this map. That was so creepy. Why did I push the button? I don't want to push it anymore, please. Get me out of this. I think I'm stuck now. Oh, Jesus. How long have we been here? I feel like it's been a while, guys. I'd really like a door. Oh, oh, nice. Some sun. Good sun. Yeah, I think, bro, the narrator, I think left the game. Let's... Oh, oh, man, so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm sorry, narrator, that you're probably not here to see this with me, but, let's keep it, ooh. Okay, it's a little too dark for me, guys. Can we... Okay, I'm not liking this part, guys. Can we go back to the Stanley Parable? Wow, they really... Holy sh... Okay. Oh my god, freedom. Oof. Oh, well... I guess we're... free? Where are we? Wow, that's... This is beautiful, honestly. I don't even know where to go. I want to see if... Can you push the button again? Probably not. That's it. Okay, well, we'll just walk off into the wasteland. Wow, that was fantastic. God, that poor narrator. Is he still
All
with
of
us?
his co-workers were
Okay,
gone.
he's still here.
What could it mean?
God,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
that man
Perhaps
into
he had
fucking
simply missed a memo.
crazy town. Jesus. I could have sworn there was another computer. Yo.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very
Oh,
exciting to show you.
You're gonna kill me, aren't you, dude? It'd be... I would understand after torturing you like that for a while. Hello, new viewers. I'm playing the new content of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I drove the narrator insane. Poor man. Oh, wait. We're just here. Oh, can we jump again? New content. We can jump, hopefully. 36
you see,
times.
Stanley, I've been reflecting on
Oh,
the
God.
Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley
Parable 2?
2.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. The end is never the end.
Yes, you
again.
see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. I am ready.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? but the Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic statement right
Just
there.
random out
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I see what you're putting down, man. I'm into it. Two. They're back. Two doors. Yeah, this franchise is lit. Better to win, sequential, paradigm shift, synergy, brick and mortar approach, develop client-centric market. The color red, leverage, holistic value. All good, all good. I dig it. Ooh, Stanley Parable 2. Guys, we're playing it right now. It's like in a fucking Charlie Kaufman movie. Two Stanleys?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed
God
down
damn
what
it,
exactly
narrator.
the Stanley Parable
God
2 is
damn
going
it.
to be.
You had
but
me.
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
The prequel to the Stanley Parable is the sequel to. Okay, these goddamn posters to the show floor. Okay, new content, new features. Nice, nice. New content. Oh, a bus. Yo, they got the red carpet out. Bro, they really went crazy
Here
with
we
this.
are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Merch? Yo, give me some merch. I need merch. New content. Wait, is that me up there? That's fucking terrifying. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Please no screenshot.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet
God
decided
damn it,
on this one.
narrator.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday, step. Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted.
Why the
all
fuck did
along.
you ask me?
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Alright, narrator. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Brother.
No, I've made my decision. We're
Okay.
moving on.
Alright, well, that's good feature. New easy achievement. Nice. Wait, what's over here? Collectibles, free achievement, infinite hole. Let me get a collectible first. Can you find them? Can you find... collect them all. What in the fuck?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable
Sounds
life.
good. 1 out of 6, nice, nice. I wonder.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we
Yes,
saw
yes, I
the
did.
jump
I'm sorry,
circle?
narrator.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice
Bro,
decorative
reset.
piece then.
I want to jump. Damn it. Wasted that feature. Jump circle, this map. Free achievement. The one that says the name of the player that's playing that's playing the game. What the fuck is B? Okay. World champion. The Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. Office decoration. Epilogue. This exit. I'll come back for the that's the infinite hole. What is up here? Settings world champion. Um, okay, I can't do that. All right. No, fuck it. Let's go to the infinite hole. Let's just do it. Oh, wait. Okay, we went through there. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement, more steps. It just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Oh, yo, free achievement.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is
God
technology
damn
that
it,
will
narrator.
exist. Right now, the
Narrator,
achievement
why?
is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley.
Yes, you
but
are.
I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
I want my
Gamers,
achievement.
we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Thank you, narrator, for doing promising stuff in the future. Let's go fucking dive in the infinite hole. This fucking game. Show says welcome.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Where's the infinite hole? That's new. Exit. Infinite hole that way. You know, let's go that way. Time like infinity, distant future, hole like infinity, falling. Time deeper. Oh, that's a hole. Def infinite. Infinite hole chart, depth space, more hole. Science, infinity, more, falling. Educational use only. Hole entrance, infinity. It just keeps going. And,
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
You're gonna fuck.
This is in fact a
this up.
hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. We're falling.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Let's keep going a while.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why, bro? We're falling. That's fine. Don't worry,
Okay,
Narrator.
Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated.
Are you kidding me,
the
narrator?
infinite nature of the
No,
hole.
come on, dude. You weren't
Is
lying.
it a very, very deep hole? To be great. Now,
Okay.
I'm very excited to
I
show
wanna
you
see the
even
other stuff.
more of my ideas for the sequel.
Yes, I do want to see the rest of the sequel ideas. I can't believe you fucking lied to me, narrator. You promised an infinite hole. First time in video games. You fucking liar. Oh my god. Okay, we got the achievement, the Stanley figurine. What else is there? Got the exit. Let's go over here. Oh, the reassurance bucket. Perfect. And the random chairs.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind. And
I could
your
use
heart.
that.
It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
True.
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the
scared the
face
fuck
of
out of me,
crushing
narrator, with that.
despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh,
I
damn,
think that
narrator.
just holding it has made you the slightest bit
Shit,
more
I need to hold
attractive as a person.
buckets more often.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Yes.
All this and more await you in the Stanley
No, I
Parable
want it
2.
now. This is mine. I'm not giving it back. No. I'm leaving with the bucket. Bye. It's mine.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
The button that says the button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Enjoy the new features. And oh, that's the epilogue.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually
too small.
recognized and
That's right.
validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
It truly is. Oh my god. Can I don't want to put the... Alright, I'll keep the bucket on. Try it here.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now,
God
the
damn
button
it,
only says
narrator.
the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to
Okay,
really
I'm Jim.
simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your
Deep
mind,
breath, guys.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
We're all Jim.
I
We're all
want
Jim.
you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
I'm Jim.
Sleeping
Jim.
and waking as
Jim.
Jim. Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble
Fuck,
into
Jesus,
dust.
narrator.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you
I'm
really
depressed
truly
now.
Jim
Why are you
right now?
Why are you making Jim
If
depressed?
so, then please step forward and press the button.
All I got is this fucking bucket.
Jim.
Yes!
Yes.
You see? What a
Yes.
thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even
Yo,
harder
it-
the
it
second time.
hits.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
That's true. It has been a lot.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
No,
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
I am Jim. That's my button. At least I got the reassurance bucket. I'm okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. So I think we've done almost everything. New features.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this
Red,
feature.
no orange. The baby is all grown up. Oh yeah, that's a baby minigame. The new updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way sequel. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. New features, new content, new ideas. We did the jump circle. Did the bucket. I think that's about it. Did the collectibles. There's the exit. Should go to the epilogue. Got the collectible. Alright, let's go do the epilogue. I'm amazed they added so much to this game. The original was so much fun already, and crazy. Wow, they really. You heard Jim in the game. The button that says Jim. Yep, yep, that was a feature. Cool drinks. What is this?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Wow. I was really expecting an epilogue. Alright, settings. Let's go to settings. I got the bucket. Oh, what is this? Settings World Champion. Okay, I can't even do... Brother, I'm leaving. Play with my emotions enough. Alright, let's... That's new. I'm gonna go to the exit. Can't believe this. Narrator. You've made a hit. You've made a bona fide smash hit. I cannot wait to buy the Stanley Parable 2. Well, it's time to leave. Let's go. Let's go. Exit.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I mean, I'd say for the most part. I don't like all this red, but oh, well.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or
Narrator,
not
please.
it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
yeah,
sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Perfect. What the fuck did you do, man?
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Give me... Oh,
This
balloon.
isn't a coherent video game at
And the
all. It's a
button
lot
that
of
says
gags.
Jim.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait. Maybe that's
a narrator.
I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
Let's go. I'm ready to see it.
Perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
It is a damn good title screen. I'm amazed that they really went the extra mile with this. Well, let's go. I mean, Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number
Goddamn balloon.
427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
What happened to my painting?
he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Goddamn balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Fucking balloons. God damn it. Damn it, stepniece. Get this smalled off.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Oh, the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
How did I almost miss the bucket? My god. This gives me life right here. There's the balloons.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Is it really just
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than
amazing
ever.
work all the time, every day?
Perhaps his boss's
Don't get
office
fired.
was where he'd find answers.
Ball up inside you, take it out passive aggressively, resent coworkers. True, true. No, I already did that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That's just the bathroom. No, we're kind of halfway there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
Once
not
again.
an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Oh, bucket.
Even now,
You
in
understand
his
me.
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Oh my god. Oh.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes, yes.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
This fucking bucket. God damn. I love you, bucket, though. You're good. Good man. Good man.
The elevator raced downward. plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
So if that's just the exact same ending, I thought the bucket had almost been lost. I almost freaked out. I'm sorry.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I can't take it with this fucking game. The writing is even better than before. Oh my god.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Don't drop the bucket.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Don't worry, bucket.
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
We're here for each other, bucket. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence?
No, narrator.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Just you and me, bucket. It's okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Guys, find you a bucket.
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I can't believe we did it.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy,
bucket.
freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Okay, Stanley.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room.
Please, no.
Do not. Uncertainty.
I'm not giving up the bucket.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Yeah.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
What does that mean, narrator? I don't like the sound of that.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Okay, new intro. God damn it, narrator. Oh, wait. Wait,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
absolutely. Here we go again.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. But eager to get back to business,
Yep.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Where's the button that says Jim? I need the button. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one
God
gets to
damn.
tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. Thank you, narrator. I appreciate you. I didn't know I could do that.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total
Almost there.
solitude was terrifying to him.
Okay, narrator, you're getting a little too real. I'm just Stanley. I'm just, living. Please let me be. If I want to jump off shit, I'm gonna jump off shit. Please. Where's the bucket?
Stanley
Oh,
lifted
bucket.
the bucket into his arms.
That's-
and a
that's
wave
what
of
was missing
comfort
last time.
rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
Nope.
chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place
Yes,
to
the
be.
bucket was telling me. Yes, yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Thank you, bucket.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Excuse me.
Stanley took the door
The
on his
bucket
left
is never
to go
wrong.
back to the meeting room.
Oh, wait. What
And
is...
so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
It's probably a bad idea, but let's see. I got the bucket. It's fine.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around
Bro,
everywhere.
no.
The bucket
don't have a
isn't
problem.
even from the original Stanley
I don't have
Parable.
a problem.
It's just
This is my
sequel
bucket.
content.
This-
We're
this-
the ones
this
that
my
matter,
friend.
Stanley. Classic
If we're gonna
characters from the
roleplay it.
first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay, somewhere new then. Let's...
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to
Raw
next?
assets
And
engine.
it played some silly music as well.
There's the silly music. Nope, I'm back here.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Alright,
But
narrator.
if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something
No,
up.
no. I'm not giving up the bucket. Okay? I don't have a problem. I don't have a fucking problem. No, don't make me give
Don't
up
you
the
get
bucket.
it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a
Ooh, a new
brand new
character?
character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
You mother...
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable.
Bro, I'm
True, it
leaving.
also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable
Okay, I don't like the sound of that.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the
It's not letting
Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh, Jesus Christ. We had a fucking explosion?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized
I
creation.
was trying to
You
feed
had
the bucket
so much
destroyer.
potential.
I'm so
We were going
sorry.
to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new
I'm so
friend.
sorry. I'm so sorry,
For the
narrator.
moment in time that you were here,
You were incredible.
you were
Magnificent. You truly were magnificent, Bucket Destroyer. I'm sorry I couldn't feed you. I'm sorry. Fucking Oh, new input receipt. Uh to heaven. I made it to heaven, guys. I didn't even know what I was doing. The sequel is now paused. I guess this is my heaven. So I was pushing all those buttons for heaven so I could push more buttons. Okay. Can they all stay? I'm just clicking all of them. Not even the narrator here. Yeah, there's... Can I leave? Can I leave heaven, please? Well, I guess I got the heaven ending. Well, I couldn't stay in heaven forever. Oh, no, I hit it again, didn't I? Fuck. Damn it. No, I want to leave heaven. No, no. No, brother, I'm not doing this. No. I didn't realize you could do that again and again. Alright, no, I'm going.
All of his co-workers were
I'm
gone.
not doing that.
What could it mean?
I'm leaving.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket. Yes, bucket. Oh,
The
Bucket.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Oh, Bucket. You're my only friend here.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No.
The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the
Didn't
cargo
realize
lift.
it had a voice.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Yeah.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to.
I wasn't
think about
expecting
what
that
was
voice.
planned. He was firmly convinced
I'm
that
so
the
glad
bucket
playing
had
this.
spoken to
Oh
him,
my God.
and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I don't breathe without the bucket telling me to. I've been so nervous and anxious the whole day.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes. Yes, bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously.
Yes, you did.
Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing?
Time.
How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And
We're
more
learning.
importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is
Yes.
yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic
So like
timing.
this. Okay.
To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a
UVCW.
brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the
will
recipient
laugh
of the
at this
joke will
point.
laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With
UVCW.
these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary.
Why
When
did it take
joke
across the
has
road to get to the other side?
concluded, It is customary
UVCW.
to inform your listener that the joke is over
The
by
joke is over.
declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm dunny with the funny."
I'm dunny
Let's
with the
practice
funny.
screaming, "I'm dunny with the funny" now.
I'm dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys.
Chat, you'll be
Collecting
receiving a
hard
survey.
data from your
Thank
audience
you.
on how
Thank
wrecked
you
they
for-
were
for
throughout the joke
attending.
is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long.
I'm sorry, Chad.
And
It's
should include
a
the
lot.
same question reprinted several times. Just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying
Yes,
attention
yes.
and not
Are
simply
you paying
filling in
attention?
answers at random.
Did you do
And
the
that's all there
dunny with the
is.
funny?
With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to
Are we
this
in this
noble
one?
cause, just as our children must do after us,
God,
and their children after them.
Donnie with the
Godspeed,
funny.
and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter.
Outdated?
I think the fundamentals of
That was the
proper
past?
comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Alright. Do we really have to head all the way back? Narrator.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to
Oh, damn
nail
you,
the
narrator.
delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
You truly are the king of comedy.
spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke.
Practice all you need, man.
Oh,
Don't
I'll
worry
figure
about
it out on the fly. No need to overthink.
Yeah, let it rip. Don't worry about it. Let it rip. Oh, we're really just going all the way back. All right. Oh my God. I really miss streaming. I really miss this stuff. And all my panic attacks and anxiety. Man, it's still so much fun.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on?
What
there
is
were
hap-
supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point.
Yeah,
A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land.
no,
Well, not the way
narrator.
it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the
Don't
title
say
of
that.
King of Comedy.
King of
I'm
Comedy?
nothing.
Don't say that.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go
The
back
fucking
and
video
watch that
again.
instructional video again.
Okay.
Surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay. Brother, you already fucked this up?
What? We're
Brother,
back at
you
the
fucked this
phone
up already?
No.
Narrator. Please.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to
Do
a
this
set of
one
two
more
open
goddamn
doors,
time.
they entered
Narrator.
the door on the left.
Get your shit together, bro. Tell me, you're telling a joke, dude.
What?
Okay,
We're
no.
back at the
This
phone
is,
already.
brother.
No.
What are you doing, narrator?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Unbelievable, narrator. You disappoint me. I'm waiting for a funny. Dunny with the funny, bro.
What? We're back at the phone already. No.
Okay, let's just
Here
keep.
we go. You ready?
Let's do it one
When
more time.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set
This-
of two
this-
open doors.
definition
they
of
entered the door on
insanity.
the left.
Let's keep it going. Am I even still? Yeah, we're still in the sequel. Man, I didn't expect to play so many outcomes.
What? We're back at the phone already.
Bro, let me tell the
No.
joke.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the
We'll do it
bucket
one
came
more
to a set
time.
of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I want the joke. Comedian, narrator, king of comedy ass. Come on, dude.
What? We're back at the phone already. No.
Okay, you know what? I'm
Here
gonna
we
go. I'm gonna go on the
You
left.
ready?
It's fine. Don't
When
worry,
Stanley
narrator.
and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely down
God
and
damn
over.
you.
It's all your fault, Stanley.
My fault?
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers.
My fault?
I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Yeah. Oh.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I
Do it
heard
again.
that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a
I guess it was
bucket
one of
you
the
are.
endings.
No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame?
Created with Unity,
Pale.
man. That's so cool. I'm learning how to use Unity right now.
Bucket. Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly.
I could do another instructional
That's
video.
what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Well, I kept the bucket at least. No, I'm not clicking heaven. Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
I'm never letting this bucket go. This is my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright. Narrator, you better tell me a joke, bro.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
No.
It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Hell no.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders
Tremendous
right now,
pressure.
but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined.
Damn.
And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly
Excuse me,
deep and
broom
lasting
closet?
friends.
You talking that shit?
That your relationship is purely superficial and
No,
convenient.
I'm marrying
that
this
your
bucket.
life is
What do
so
you mean?
banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
Man, you ain't
really
shit, broom
tell
closet.
the broom closet off for its
How
demeaning
dare you
comments.
disrespect
Expand
me
on the
and my
wide
bucket.
variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared
Bro,
together.
we went
Go
through a joke
each of them
instructional
point by
video.
point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape
No, that's
of your
later.
feelings
Later,
for the bucket,
narrator.
as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Man, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, broom closet. Ugh, disgusting.
Coming to a staircase,
Nope.
Stanley and the bucket walked
Nope.
upstairs to the boss's office.
The Stanley figurine?
Found one of them. One of the
Yo!
miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for
Fuck, I
collecting all
forgot
of
no
these,
reward.
only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried.
Taste
so,
the sequel.
I implore you to savor each and every
God,
moment
Stanley looks
you
so
come
fucking
across
sad.
one of these beautiful figurines.
Can't believe I actually found one. I wasn't expecting that shit to pop up
But
again.
Stanley just couldn't do it.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Yeah.
And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized,
It
this
is, man.
isn't my bucket. It's just
Thank
a
you for
normal,
viewing this, man.
everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
This man's
This is
still
all terribly
fucking-
wrong. Surely no good would come from
The
this.
bucket, no.
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is
That's
it?
what happens when
I
you
must
drop the
find
bucket.
it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed
I need to
forward
find
from
it. I
room
need
to
to
room,
find the bucket.
passing by one bucket after the next.
Oh my God,
None
all
of
the
them were
buckets.
his. None of them were his special bucket.
Fuck.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to
Wait,
find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend.
The bucket.
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh, what's my Discord?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, like Marielle?
Mariella woke up on a day
Let me
like
find
any
it.
other. She
I'll find the link
rose,
for you, man.
got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular
The fucking
day,
bucket.
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Can I
Of
be your
course,
VIP mod?
he'd gone mad,
I mean,
ranting and raving about a narrator describing
have to
all of his actions and
speak
how
more about
everything is
or-
predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Why do you want to be VIP mod, man?
Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even
Because honestly, I have no clue about this, all this stuff.
There were a myriad of confusing
How
problems
do I get the
she
first
would soon
badge?
have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total
How do I get
clarity.
the
in
fir-
everything.
like-
Heck, yes, she thought to herself.
Brother, I got no
ass.
clue, man.
And she backflipped all the way to
Backflipped
work.
all the way to work? Oh, damn. Do you mean like first badge as in like subscriber stuff? Or I've been streaming for a little bit, but man, I'm definitely still a
All
beginner.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Are you on
Stanley
Discord?
decided to go to the meeting
Probably
room.
find me, man.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
Ah, bucket.
He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
I
left.
go to the escape part. I think I'm still figuring out alerts and everything too. Oh, the figurines. How can we find them? That's what I need. Please do not leave the office. Teamwork are of great importance during this unprecedented time. There will be a reward for finding them all. Who are you? A large room, lots of boxes. Some are both red and blue near a fireplace. Private but smelly place for an important person. Okay, I get what you. Produce one plan to allow ease of structurally sound bridge. We need more planks. Good luck. Oh, perfect, man. Alright, I'll check Discord in a bit. No problem. Thank you, bub.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
Alright, there
office.
should be... What do you think of the game so far, man? That was a lot of craziness. The
Another
figurine.
miniature Stanley figurine.
Yes.
This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes,
Stanlerine.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Perfect. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Nice, nice. Good stuff. Okay, so we got 3 figurines.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down
Fallout
into an
76?
emotional dumpster fire, if not for the
thank you, man.
soothing
Thank you.
presence of the bucket.
I don't think
Even
I've ever
now,
played Fallout
in his
76.
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and
Is it a
guiding
fun game
light
so far?
pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it.
It's in their
The
fireplace.
two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the key. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It's that fireplace. Alright, let's keep going. Need to find the figurines. Ah, yes.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Let's keep going. Where are the others?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control for... Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet
that's
a
the death
violent
ending?
death.
Fuck. Oh no. But I want the figurines. Where are the figurines?
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and
might
get
as well
back
go.
on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yeah, it's fine. That's all good. Oh, shit. I still need the figurines. Damn it.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye. Bye, narrator.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh, bucket. I can really carry this thing everywhere. Jesus.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Goddamn bucket. A whole thing for the bucket. welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? You accept with an open mind what may be challenging, but the information in this exhibit. Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye, continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Damn bucket. Wait, what happened to my bucket? No, you can't take the bucket away from me. Come on.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
This many buckets at once. Bucket with two handles. Two handles. Such a design is never occurred in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. And then someone won a catatonic shock. 25 buckets photographed. Oh my god. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in medieval era was so powerfully alluring, drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died. Billions died. Yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. That's wow. They really guys, you all really want cave drawing? Well, we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Oof. Did I grab it?
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
You're gonna kill me, Orange. Yep, you're gonna fucking kill me.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
This whole bucket. Truly amazing. The whole... Oh, everything changed? What is happening?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What happened here?
Stanley decided to go to the good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Everything's sort of changed?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
That's fine.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was
I don't know how much
simply the
longer I'll be
place to
streaming. I was thinking of maybe doing some Fall Guys
and
later
here it
this week.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no?
I was gonna try maybe later after this game, but man.
Was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Get ready for work. I think I've been here. Let's go downstairs again.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I love thinking that in the other ending without the bucket, that lady's like commenting on that lady narrator. The narrator.
Stanley, I'm glad you found
speaks
your way
on,
here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh, damn it.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Bro, I'm fine, bro.
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. the bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic
The original,
characters from the
that
first
female
game, like the
narrator
Adventure
talks about the
Line and the
relationship
Broom
between
Closet. Because
this
that's
narrator
what
and
fans
Stanley
want from a
in a
sequel.
really like
They want more of
meaningful
their
way.
favorite jokes,
Here
not
she is
this
just talking about
bucket that
killing
they've
me
never
because
seen
of the bucket.
before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
One time in almost 2 hours where
Look at that wacky line.
we're just
Who
going.
knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Small asset.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Hold on, it's
It's as
people.
classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans,
Hello?
Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Estoy en vivo.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Estoy en vivo. Sí, sí, ya, yo voy a terminar esto. No,
Don't you
no,
get
no,
it,
no.
Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
I mean, oh, thank you, gracias. Oh man, can't wait for the food. Alright, let me do one more. I think, 2 hours. I'll do one
Already
more.
this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Let's keep going. Figurine Finders Committee. Oh, nice. Just need 2 more.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Where are those figurines? Large room, lots of bugs. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay. Están allí debajo.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh my god.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
Okay, no. Have to restart. Damn it. Okay, let's start again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind.
Could be anywhere,
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I see it over there.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
I have a bucket.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh god. I don't need. Y'all really make.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not
a bucket.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket,
No,
not an actual
bro,
bucket.
you tricked me.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
3D printed. Now you're gonna psych me out. But no, I'm gonna say it's a
Item
bucket.
3. Is this a bucket? Correct.
Perfect.
This is a bucket.
I knew it. You can't play mind games with me. Oh god. I probably spoke too soon.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay,
Yeah, of course, narrator. Okay, so to do this quickly.
Is this a bucket?
No, it's not.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How am I supposed to?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
There we go.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
No.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets.
No,
from the game
don't erase all the
entirely.
buckets, please. No.
Okay, here we go.
Fuck. No, please. No.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
It was.
Oh my
I
God,
knew it.
I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Sounds good with me.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go. I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
The end is never the end. I don't like the insinuation game. Alright, I'm gonna leave the bucket for now. Gotta keep going.
When Stanley came to a set of two
No.
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
It's
Stanley
fine.
knew
It's
it
fine.
perfectly
I just
well.
want the figurines.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So let's go.
And here it was,
Nope.
the
Nope.
lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, how do I get there? Oof. Barely made it. They really added a bunch of new stuff.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very
You
soon,
el-
you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Mhm.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
We're all changed now. There's a door down there. Wonder... Nah, I'd probably land awkwardly. I'm not sure if I'm... I guess I can be in this vent. Oh, what the fuck?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. Was so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had
You
begun.
didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal
I
and
do.
intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Why are you psychoanalyzing me?
Now I've become
Come
sad.
on.
Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I didn't do anything, dude. I'm just chilling. Alright, one more figurine. And then I'll call it a night.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I think
and
I'll
Stanley
definitely
knew
start
perfectly
streaming more
well.
often.
Perhaps he wanted to stop
Yo,
by
what
the
up,
employee
Stanley?
lounge first,
Oh, hey.
just to admire
Hey, what's
it.
up? I'm just collecting the Stanley figurines.
It was okay.
Man, there's been they added so
But
much
eager
new
to
stuff.
get
It's
back
been
to
so
business,
fun.
Stanley took
I'm
the
about to,
first
well,
open door on his left.
Depending on how the ending goes. No, I'm not following you, narrator. I'm trying to collect a figurine.
Stanley was so bad at following
So there's been a
directions,
whole
it's incredible
episode
he
with
wasn't
buckets.
5 years
You
ago.
can carry a bucket in this game, and the bucket is really it's a
Look, Stanley,
phenomenal
I think perhaps
character,
we've gotten off
you
on the
know,
wrong
Shakespearean,
foot here. I'm not your
and
enemy,
it's
really, I'm
quite
not.
beautiful.
I realize that investing your trust in someone
This
else
fucking
can
game.
be difficult, but the fact
Oh,
is
and technically, this is the Stanley Parable
that the
2.
story has been about
We
nothing
went
but
from the
you
Ultra Deluxe
all
to
this
to
time.
2.
There's someone you've been neglecting,
No.
Stanley. Someone you've...
Oof, barely made it.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that
Yes,
I'm
got
on
it.
your side.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor
It's
this name,
different.
Stanley.
I mean, it is,
This
it
a
is.
real accomplishment. This is doing something just
For the sake of doing it.
Where
We did
so
it.
many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Great, great.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
I forgot
Stanley
that.
walked through the red
No,
door.
I'm walking through the blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running. Just
I've
the
done a
way
bunch
you're
of the
doing right
endings so
now.
far. I made it to
Don't
heaven.
you see that it's killing us,
I'm just
Stanley?
missing the baby, I think.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much
It gets really
happier
creepy when he
if
says
we
stop.
just stopped.
Very creepy.
And I think, well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Alright. Missing my bucket. Oh, okay.
What do we want?
I've done this ending already.
What
But
are we looking for?
actually, I should. Let me restart the game. Well, begin again. I'll do one with the bucket, just so you can see. Hey, Jenna. What you doing? Hey there, little dog. Okay, the narrator's nuts. Ooh.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a
Oh,
pause on things. It's those figurines.
It's the figurines.
Those figures.
Bro, I
I
told.
haven't stopped thinking about them since
We
you
got
nailed
them.
every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling
It was
moment
the
of your
greatest
entire
accomplishment
life?
of my life.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner
Yes, it did.
richness?
Yes, it did. That and the
Yes,
bucket.
I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you
It wasn't
please
fucking-
indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, back to the memory
I
zone.
would love
Lit.
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Bro, we can stay with the figurines. Fuck everything else. Well, remember when Stanley found the collectibles? Didn't you? What was your memory of when I collected the collectibles? Oh, memory zone. Oh, that's missing? Yep. Originally, you come over here when the Stanley Parable came out in 2013. Oh, God. No, here's where it all began.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Nope, we were changed. Wait, 7? 7 out of 6? Okay. Just
And here was a second Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them.
I appreciate
let
the
alone
honesty.
6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I feel like it was the bathroom.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Are you sure about that? I mean, okay, I'll take your word for it, narrator.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the
Twin
memory
Peaks.
zone, so it must have happened.
What is this room? What are you doing, narrator? Please. I just want the collectibles. Oh, here we go.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
Yes,
In
yes.
fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Thank you. Don't worry, Gus. That's the one, Gus. This mini stand number 5. Yo, so beautiful. We did it, guys. We did it. found it near the cargo. Yes, I did. Thank you, narrator. I really appreciate this 2008 YouTube aesthetic. Directed by the narrator, edited, music, produced, Best Boy, starring Stanley. Copyright the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh, I thought Channa. Channa, please. ¿Estás bien, Channa? Oh, here we go. The final one.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps
Jenna.
because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
We just did it.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
And now, I don't even know what they're gonna. We're in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future.
Oh, bye, Memory Zone.
Memory Zone.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
So,
Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these
Yeah,
figurines?
I want to keep enjoying the figurines.
Go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay.
Okay, yes. The room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Alright, I agree, narrator. Oh, man. Armor's killing me.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes, we...
Yes, I love that video.
Great video. You worked hard on it. Oh my god. They really upped it this game. I'm about to start
Still
crying.
Remember the pink room, Stanley?
What is this pink room, bro?
Room. Good room, though. A solid room.
It's a lovely pink room. Oh my god. Okay, where's... Oh, the boss's office? Or no, bathroom.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Alright, what's the next one? Next one. Boss's office, I believe. Nope. Guess not. Alright. Let's keep going.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Ah, here we are.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlerines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Because we entered the... Oh. We're back here? The collectibles. Oh, the jump circle. God damn it.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything.
It does.
In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Oh, nostalgia narrator. I understand.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
It'll lead to the exact same goddamn... Back to the office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. Okay. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The end is never the end.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
The embrace of an old friend.
A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
The bucket has been there for me. I didn't expect to do so much today.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Any figurines here? Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. It is. It very much is. God damn, this game.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes, it did.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I like to do even more of the endings, but man, I've been streaming almost 3 hours. And I need to eat, get some sleep. Oh no, my back is killing me. But I wanted to one more time with the bucket. Or with this bucket like 2 hours.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yes. Now, I doubt he'll let us go or retire.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It will be okay, Bucket. Don't worry. I'm here. And the narrator's here.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
The bucket is pure.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
I talked so much today.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
Jenna.
someone
Yeah,
else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter.
I'll have to
His
look
one
around and see if
friend in the
she peed
entire
anywhere.
world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Me and you, Bucket. That's all okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert it.
Nope.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated
next
their
time or
greatest
another
and
time.
darkest
Oh,
enemy.
I'll do
Freed
the
themselves
turn
from
on
the
the
tyrannical
facility.
grip of the evil mind control machine.
But I
Freedom was
have a
now
doubt
mere
that he'll
moments
let me
away.
leave. That he'll
Excitedly,
retire.
the two of them began
me
to
with this
discuss
fucking
the kind
bucket.
of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
It's not gonna let me leave with the bucket.
What? Wait,
God damn it.
what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place.
I can't leave the
not
bucket.
while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
That's fine. I'll just
Not
wait
while
here.
this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the
Yeah,
bucket.
Bundle, don't worry.
To be trapped
Yeah,
eternally
no.
in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Come on. Bro, narrator, you just told me it'd be the end. Man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Alright.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
God, I
on his
really wanna
left.
keep playing.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
That's the trick with this
telling
game.
him that the employee
Guess you have to keep
lounge
playing and
was
playing.
simply the place to
You know,
be.
gotta wake up early. Well,
And here it
that's
was.
okay.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was
yeah,
wrong.
I've done that. And then
Stanley took the door on his left to go back.
I think
to
the only one
meeting
that's
room.
missing is the phone
No.
call.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
All right,
The
Bucket.
cargo
Don't worry.
lift, yes.
I hear you.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now
I've been
ride the
down
lift
there.
all the way to the top. There's
Let's do
something
this
up
last
there
one.
I need
This
you
is the
to
last
do.
one.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was
Like right before
speaking.
this,
It should have
doing
alarmed him, of
this
course,
Twitch
because
stream, I
buckets
was on
can't
like
talk.
a
But
3-hour
Stanley
poetry
chose
Zoom
not
call.
to think about this obvious fact.
I need a
He was
break.
firmly convinced that the
Of course
bucket
I'm
had
missed, but-
spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did
I got the
whatever
bucket, that's fine.
asked.
To gain the notifications.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Okay, Bucket.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Okay, Bucket. You know, you're trying to help me out. I understand.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Yes, he can. Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Press H to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
I don't believe you.
Whatever
bro.
Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
So don't worry. Wait, guys. Be to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
Yes.
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley,
Jenna, please do not pee on the
can you
floor.
hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket.
I'm not
It
listening,
can't think,
narrator.
It
No.
can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I don't believe you. Don't listen to the llama. Press Q.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press F to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Yes,
It's
yes.
sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
God, that's mean.
From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold,
This bucket is
empty
everything.
bucket,
Do not
this
insult
sort
the
of
bucket, sir.
shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice
It does.
shine
It's
to it.
beautiful. It's a beautiful bucket. Believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Yes.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press E to relive the same thing with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a
Jenna.
bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Gracias. No more. Press. Oh no. Oh, J. Press J. To
Oh
home.
no. I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Am I gonna fuck a bucket?
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps, if I had the bucket, this would be less
No,
confusing.
narrator.
Yes.
Bucket's mine.
The bucket could tell me what to do
Me and
in this
mine,
troublesome
bucket.
situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket,
No,
Stanley. I need
bro,
it.
it's my
Give it to me
bucket.
now. Give it, or I'll...
Go back to work. Oh. Okay. Bucket. Alright. That was,
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
do not talk about my bucket, okay? Now, I'm gonna go to the menu. I think that's been enough for today. Oh, that's a UBC note. Can't believe that whole bucket thing. Oh, this has been the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I may play this again sometime later this week. I'm starting to try to stream again, maybe. Maybe eventually get a green screen, get back into it. I may play some Fall Guys, so thank you so much for the people who've been watching this game. And have a good night. Bye-bye.